Cottage Grove Plan Commission to order at 6:30 on Wednesday, March 11, 2015. We have quorum present, and the agenda was properly posted.
Correct.
We'll have a roll call, please.
Don Brinkmeyer.
Here.
Phyllis Jones-Morrison.
Here.
Ken Keeley. Aaron Knopflo. Harvey Potter.
Here.
Rob Weisey. Diane Lebeck.
Here. We'll rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The next item on the agenda is public appearances, the public's opportunity to speak about any subject that is not a specific agenda item. Is there anyone wishing to speak? Item 5, discuss and consider application from Joanne Schultz for a certified survey map to consolidate 2 existing parcels located at 2305 West Ridge Road in the town of Cottage Grove within the village's extraterritorial jurisdiction. The applicant is not here, but Aaron, you want to take over?
By phone if we have any questions.
Yes.
Please. It's the applicant's son that's been representing her, and he lives quite a ways away. So it's a pretty straightforward CSM. They have a remnant 36-foot wide strip adjacent to the property with their house on it. They just want to simply combine the 2 parcels into one. It is on Ridge Road, which in our comp plan has a 100-foot recommended right-of-way. The existing is 66, so we talked to him about dedicating the 17-foot frontage to accommodate that ultimate 100-foot right-of-way, and he was fine with that as a condition. So that's the one condition we had, and we'd recommend approval.
Anyone have any questions of Aaron? Okay. I will make a motion to accept the application from Joanne Schultz for a certified survey map to consolidate 2 existing parcels located at 2305 West Ridge Road in the town of Cottage Grove within the village's extraterritorial jurisdiction based on the planning staff report dated March 3rd and the condition, the one condition on the recommendation.
Second.
Motion second to approve the certified survey map for Joanne Schultz. Is there any further discussion? On hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item 6, discuss and consider a site plan amendment application from Hydrite Chemical Company to modify rail spurs at their facility located at 114 North Main Street. Do you want to start?
Sure. Do you have Angie Gilmore from Hydrite here?
You want to
Come up to the
and
table
sit?
there. We do have a couple of additional handouts on the table placed between you guys so you can share just one image showing an example of what the gate would look like. The other drawings just provide a little bit additional detail about the containment system that goes under the tracks. And maybe Angie can talk a little bit about what you're doing and why, and then we can.
Okay, all right. As I think is noted in the letter, basically we're just relocating a small section of the rail spur located on the south side of our facility. We're relocating it to allow space for us to install some more rail loading and unloading access platforms. And so I think at the most this is going to shift the spur about 15 feet to the south, and probably the more significant part of the project, just with regard to what people are going to see, is that we're going to be shifting the fence. There's a fence right now on the south side of our property. We're going to be shifting the fence south of the rail spur so that the rails are included in the security of our facility, so we can keep them a little bit more secure. So we're going to be putting gates in on both the east and the west ends of that spur so that we can obviously maintain the secure access but still move rails in and out. So that's really about it. The crossing is not going to change, and the location of the switch isn't going to change. We're just shifting a section right in between there.
think you mentioned in the letter, this isn't increasing the traffic
Right,
or anything,
right,
or changing the
right.
materials, it's
Nope.
just.
That is it exactly.
And you've worked with the railroad?
Yes, the railroad, the Wisconsin Southern approved these plans. They were, let's see, Volkman Railroad has been developing the plans, and the Wisconsin Southern has given their, basically an email approval of the plans as they stand.
From a planning perspective, the only potential issue is that typically a fence has to be on your own property. This is a little bit of a different
It's kind of weird, yeah.
scenario. Obviously, the fence is going into the right of way, but they're working with the railroad who owns the right of way, so it's really not a big deal. Mike Maloney had a few engineering comments that led to 4 conditions that we put in the staff report. The first one is that the track crosses an existing sanitary sewer line that comes south from the building. So we'd be looking for a televised report of the sewer. Basically just run a camera through there. After the rail and fence work is complete, just to ensure that sewer doesn't get damaged during the process. I guess there's some vibrations that occur that Mike was worried about in construction. The second condition, the new construction shall provide for the continuation of drainage from the storm sewers and village streets. So we just want to make sure everything's still draining the way it is now after the construction. The third condition is just limiting the extent of the construction to what's shown on the plans. Angie, I don't know if you mentioned, but you're also showing some work on the west side that may not be done now, but would likely be done within the 2-year site plan.
Right, and that is no track relocation. That is simply relocating the fence on that side for security.
So the approval would include that as well. The fourth and last condition, if any subgrade soils are exposed, they would have to provide erosion control to protect the downstream lands to the east. So we'd recommend approval with those 4 conditions.
Any questions of Angie or Aaron? Someone like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to recommend approval of the site plan amendment application from Heinrich Chemical Company to modify rail spurs at their facility located at 114 North Main Street with the conditions set forth by the village staff. And find that cover letter.
Don, may I suggest maybe adding the date of the memo?
Oh, from
And
Mike?
you just refer to the,
Okay.
yeah.
With the conditions set forth by MSA, the memo sent from Mike Maloney dated February 20th, 2015. It's contained in the staff report dated March 3rd, 2015.
Thanks.
Okay.
I'll second that. There's a motion and second to approve the site plan amendment application from Hydrite Chemical with the conditions as relayed to us in a memo date March 3rd, 2015 from Aaron Ruth and MSA on February 20th. Is there any discussion? I'm hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Item 7, presentation from R.G. Houston Company regarding future development of a memory care facility in Arrowwood Green planned unit development. No action will be taken at this time. Would you like to comment? Tell us what you're going to do, want to do?
I'm Mike Hawkins with Snyder and Associates, here with Dale and Dwight to talk about their plans or what they would like to do with a memory care unit. The drawing I've got here, this is the 1855 building. This is the 27 unit that it's built. This is obviously the assisted living up on top of the hill. The proposal would be to put the memory care building right up against the rock retaining wall, or as close as we can, and still have everything function. With that, the current GDP, the document has residential similar to what's here, the 27, 27, and 27. So I think changing that zoning to allow the memory care, or if that's compliant, you know, with the way it's been written. I haven't dove into that.
Check how it's,
We may have to go through some approvals for that change, but we're here just to find out, is there any heartburn with, we spent some time putting this together. 22 to 24 units is anticipated. Dale's got some ideas of, from an architectural standpoint, I'll let him share that, his vision with you. Site work wise, we'd just be extending the parking lot that's in front of the 27 unit all the way up. There'd be underground parking for the bus that they use, so that they can get people in and out of there without it being exterior during the winter months. So, and Dale can speak to some more of that. And there'd be a turnaround in front of the building. We'd add that on to off the addition that was built recently. There'd be a turnaround, and the entrance would be in this location, up on the upper level, and then the underground parking on the west side of the building.
You want to use the underground parking for the staff, so half the building will be underground parking, the rest will be slab on grade. We just don't want to have a lot of outside parking lots there. We just want to keep it more of a natural setting. Two-story building to kind of blend into the 27 unit and the other residential, but the memory care all will be a one level. One story.
So the main entrance area here would be a two-story.
Yes. So when you look at it, you come up the street, you'll see a two-story building, stone on the outside like an old farmhouse. And that was made into a on the backside. But we just want to get the feeling through plan commission so that we can go ahead and work with Aaron and Matt and the engineers to get everything worked out. We would like to come back in here next plan commission meeting with plans and a conceptual rendering with all our questions answered for the staff.
Are
And we
you-
will try to build it this summer and have it operating this fall.
Do you find a need for having that kind of a facility up there with the people who you have in the units now?
That's the, yes.
That the
We're-
drive-in?
We're at 95% right now, and we have to let people go out of the area that we want to keep
Right,
for the families and their spouses, and so we have a need for it.
okay.
We've done some marketing studies for the assisted living and the Undercare. We're finding that people are coming to assisted living, and a lot of them need memory care, and we can keep them as long as they don't get combative, or as long as they don't wander. And then at that point, they have to go somewhere else. So that's what we're trying to do, is fill that in, so people can stay in the same campus. There are a lot of husband and wives, and one might have to move together. So.
That's what's driving it.
I assumed, but I wanted to ask the question for others. I do a lot of work with elderly, so I know the progression.
And we're just trying to get it so it blends in, so it's a natural setting on the outside. It's, we do a lot of work on them, build them different places, and we just thought we wanted to get the two-story look with a, it's an old farmhouse built over.
It is planned to have an outdoor area in the east end of the building, and just the retaining wall would only help make sure everybody stays where they're supposed to.
Mhm. Is there going to be a kitchen in that area then? So, I mean,
There's going to be a serving kitchen, but all the food will be made up at Astor
Okay.
or outside, but it's going to be a serving kitchen, not a full-time kitchen. With a, it won't be 22, 24 beds, so I imagine there'll be 20 to 22 residents there. plan on bringing it over from Astor. That's some of the things we're tossing around right now, how we can, revenue and cost. It's kind of, it's hard to do. So we
Did you
feel as
have
though
a
the
tunnel?
economy is,
Tunnel underneath to bring the food over?
no,
No?
Just gonna bump their pay. isn't it?
Yeah.
they're hard to financially make do.
Yeah.
So we have to use the whole campus as a.
Your kitchen is sized big enough for something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes. When we had the open house there with Astor, we put on 22 rooms, we enlarged the kitchen. It's the seating that is always the problem in a lot of the, we have the seating, the kitchen is the problem. They're set menus.
Mhm.
It isn't ordering like that.
No.
It's everything's set, and we have the dietitian. So that's pretty.
Do
Don?
you have an estimated project cost, ballpark, total cost of the project?
We'll have a better idea tomorrow. We have goals. And we probably usually exceed them. But I don't want to.
Yeah.
As we talked about a little bit before, a year ago, and it.
I don't think we don't mention it until we know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
that's
what I
fine.
feel about it.
It's, with underground parking, which is not slab on grade, and we want to have it big enough to put our bus in there. It's cold in the winter, and you want to have it, so we got that, and that adds the cost on your underground parking that's just to make it so there's not all that blacktop out there, and so it drives it up, so. We're going to know tomorrow. We got another meeting at 10:30 tomorrow with our architects and some more of our builder, the same builders, the 27 unit and built out the 1855. Same people there and the addition that we did. So we're comfortable with what we have for our, but the price, we don't have that yet.
Don, do you have any questions? Comments?
No, I like it. It kind of complements and finishes off what they've been working on, progressively, and I think it's natural for that to land there and be there.
Phyllis?
I think it will be a good addition to the community. I think it's needed here, so I appreciate you doing it.
We'll have to take down your white hut though, why not?
Yeah, we'll have to get rid of that. And we just, that's needed, the keep that bus warm, and you gotta have we just bought another van today for the 2 wheelchairs in it, just to get around, so you don't have to take the big bus. It takes a lot of other things, and so a lot of things from Astor is gonna help this thing go, make it go financially.
Artie, comments?
I love the concept and ideas, and I agree it's going to finish off that little area there. One question I do have is, what kind of staffing will be necessary there?
Well, they have to, that staffing is completely separate from here. They
Okay.
can't intermingle, so that's
It's-
different times of day. It's
Yeah,
just different.
we have a management company that'll be taking it over,
Okay,
and they're in charge of staffing and whatnot.
okay,
So I imagine they have rules and regulations what they can do with that. So
okay.
it's really something.
It's in their budget. We got it.
Okay.
We have that in our budget. We do not have the building
Okay.
finishing in our budget yet. We
Okay.
got it's kind of a pie in the sky right now.
Okay.
But if we can bring it in a certain range, then we'd like to go ahead with it.
Okay.
So that's why we get input from you, then we can.
Sure.
Mike can do his thing, and we get a little bit farther.
I can see a need for one in that area, especially with all the people at Astor who might have to migrate out otherwise.
And that's our problem. that we're gonna have, we're gonna have a void in Esther. We have to, and we will. That'll be, we feel confident in that. So,
Thank
Everybody
you. Yeah.
pretty much in agreement? It's a go? Okay,
Yeah,
thank you
thank
for
you.
coming in
thank
tonight,
you.
gentlemen.
Appreciate it, thank you.
Thank you.
Come on, comments from commission members. Don, anything to comment on?
Nothing to add.
Phyllis? Harvey?
Nothing.
Well, I don't either, so we're a quiet bunch tonight, huh? Future agenda items? We'll probably have the Houston development. We'll let Matt and Aaron figure out the rest. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, item 10, approve the minutes of Plan Commission meeting of February 11, 2015.
Motion to approve.
I'll second. There's a motion and second to approve the minutes of February 11, 2015. Is there any discussion? On hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And I don't think there's any abstentions tonight. Item 11,
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
motion to adjourn, non-debatable. All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion passes.
Record time.